Okay, good morning. Welcome to our last class of August. This is going to be our last class focusing on the arm balance posture, Astavakrasana, which is 8-limb pose. We've talked a little bit about the fundamentals the past couple of weeks in terms of establishing Hasta Bandha, the lock of the hand and the rooting of the palm and the fingertips. We've talked a little bit about the core connection and the key components of the arm balance, where you are opening the hips and getting into a twist and all of those things at the same time and balancing on the hands. We're going to be incorporating all of those elements today and a little bit of a ongoing flow. So before we start moving though, just find a nice comfortable seat. And just like we did last week, starting in Baddha but like a loose bound angle. So instead of having the heels close in, allow the hips to be a little bit farther away. And you can choose to stay seated upright here, or I'll invite you today, because we're going to be doing plenty of work. Go ahead and lie back and come into Supta Baddha, so reclined bound angle. So as you come to lay on your back, you can take the heels in as close towards the groin as you like. And I'll invite you to place your hands. If you're seated, just rest them on the thighs. Those of you laying down on your back, place the hands gently on top of the ribs. Allow the eyes to close. And with the hands resting on the ribs, begin to inhale and feel the soft rise of the hands as you breathe into the ribs, into the belly, and then feel the drop of the hands as you begin to empty the belly out of your breath. The ribs knit slightly together. Allow the eyes to close. Inhale. Belly rises, chest rises. Exhale. Belly draws in and up towards the back of the spine. Breath flows back out through the mouth. Inhale deeply through the nose. Exhale, slowly release. You can keep your hands resting as they are, or you can release them out to your side if that would be more comfortable. So begin to drop more into your breath. Let your awareness come down to the points of contact of the floor, the feet, the pelvis be heavy. Feeling maybe a slight arch and round at the back, hollow at the back. It's a natural curve of your spine. Makes that slight S curve from the bottom of the spine up towards the curve of the neck. Shoulders are heavy, collarbone is wide. With this open position of the chest, notice how freely your breath moves. And then you can begin to cultivate your Ujjayi pranayama, your victorious breath. Finding that slight constriction of the back of the throat, inhaling through the nose. Mouth stays closed, exhale back out through the nose. Inhale fully in. Slight constriction of the back of the throat as you exhale. Take one more inhale here. Exhale through the nose. Pause for a moment to set an intention for your practice this morning. Starting off in this bit of calm, how would you like to set your tone for yourself for this moment? And then slowly open the eyes. And if you chose to stay seated, come ahead and come onto your back. And take both legs in towards the chest, hug the knees in. And then extend just the left leg out. Keep the right knee in towards your chest, but fully extend out through the left leg. And if you have a yoga strap here, you can use this. We're going to come into Supta Pada Bhujasana, or reclined hand to big toe pose. So knee squeezed in. From here, either using a strap around the ball of the foot or just the hands to the calf or the back of the thigh. I want you to reach and press through the ball of your left big toe. So strong engagement in that lower leg. And keeping the shoulders down onto the ground, gently draw that extended right leg towards you. And for this initial stretch, I'd like you to try to keep that right leg straight. So grab on anywhere where you can keep the right leg straight, keep both heads of the shoulders down, and then gently press your right leg into your hands where you're holding on. Breathe with that there. Heel is pushing away, hands are resisting the leg towards you. One more inhale, baby, draw the leg a little bit closer. A little bit can go a long way here. And then keeping the length through the right leg, take your left hand to the outside of the left leg, open your right arm out to a T, and then begin to draw the right leg across your body, only about 45 degrees. So I don't want you to go as far out to the left as maybe you can. Try to keep that right shoulder fully grounded down, but you're holding onto the left leg with the left arm. So hopefully pressing a little bit into that IT band outer side of the right leg. Press the right heel away from you, but your arm is keeping that leg locked in place. We're resting about 45 to 30 degrees. Take one more breath here. And then exhale, slowly release. Right leg comes to center, floats all the way down. And then hug the left knee into the chest. With the left knee hugging into the chest, get strong and extended through that right leg, which will hopefully be feeling nice and long now. And almost imagine that you're standing on that right leg. From here, extend the left leg straight up towards the ceiling. Again, imagine that that leg is standing on the ground. So you're pressing through the ball of the left big toe. It's going to slightly internally rotate the left leg, and take your hands or a strap either around the ball of the foot, or your hands can hold onto the back of the thigh, or maybe the back of the calf. Try to keep the shoulder blades down on the ground. Begin to press the leg into the hands. Heel is pressing towards the floor, but arms are not letting the leg move. Stick with that work, pushing the leg away, getting into the hamstring, keeping the right leg fully engaged below you. Draw the leg a little bit closer. One more deep inhale. And exhale, extend the left hand out and take the right hand to the outside of that left leg, beginning to come into that reach of the left leg across the body, trying to keep the left hip point down on the ground. Right arm is holding onto that left leg, kind of keeping it in place. Begin to press the left heel away from you, and a little bit of resistance of the right hand, drawing the toes closer towards your shoulders, closer up towards your head. Breathing with that. One more inhalation, and then slowly release back to center. Let the left leg float down. Hug both knees into the chest. Begin to rock forward and back until you can roll all the way forward and come into downward facing dog, please. Adho Mukha Svanasana. Hands and fingers are spreading wide. First point of contact coming into Hasta Bandha, the hand lock. So press down through the fingertips, stay heavy through the base of the index finger and the inside of the thumb. Upper arm bones rotate slightly. You can bicycle the knees one at a time here, maybe taking one heel fully down, and then the opposite. Take any movement that you'd like in your down dog. And then try to begin to find a little bit of stillness. Low belly draws in and up. Shake your head yes and no. Soften through the face. Keep pressing the floor away from you. Continue to lift up through the sitting bones. On an inhale, shift forward into plank pose. Press down through the hands. And exhale, lift the hips up and back, downward facing dog. We'll do that 2 more times. Inhale, shift forward into plank. Shoulders stacked over the wrists, feel the connection in the hands. And then exhale, lift the hips up and back, downward facing dog. Last one, inhale, shift forward into plank. Press the floor away. Exhale, lift the hips up and back into downward facing dog. And from downward facing dog, drop the knees, sit back towards the heels. In child's pose, roll the wrists in some small circles here. At any point in a vinyasa class, if you feel like you need to get a little bit of a relief from the wrists or just take a break, always come to child's pose. On an inhale, come forward onto your belly. And then with the fingers spread a little bit wider, take yourself into Bhujangasana Cobra on tented fingers. Inhale, press through the fingertips, lift the chest, pelvis stays grounded. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift the chest up, press down through the fingertips. Exhale, lower down. And you can stay on fingertips or take the fingers and hands in line with the chest. Inhale, press through the palms, lift the chest. And exhale, tuck the toes, lift up and back into downward facing dog. From downward facing dog, look forward to the top edge of your mat. Begin to walk the feet forward and come into a soft knee forward fold, Uttanasana. From here, slowly roll up, vertebrae by vertebrae, come to stand. Good. Beginning with a few rounds of Surya Namaskar, just regular Surya Namaskar A. Stand well in Tadasana, fingertips by your side, palms face forward. Feel all 10 toes grounded down into the mat and slightly more weight into the ball of your big toe. Tailbone lengthens down, belly draws in and up, collarbones spread wide, and there's an even stack from the crown of your head down through your spine, down through the heels. Inhale, lift the arms up, lift the gaze. Exhale, strong legs, fold forward, Uttanasana. Inhale, halfway lift, shoulders even with hips. Exhale, palms down. Inhale, step back with the right foot and left foot to plank. Inhale fully in plank. Exhale, rock forward on the toes, drop knees. Elbows hug the side body as you come to low plank chaturanga. Inhale, cobra pose, Bhujangasana. Collarbone spreads wide. Exhale, tuck toes. Sit back towards the heels. Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog. Inhale. Exhale, 1. Inhale, press through the base of the big toe. Exhale, 2. Inhale, reconnect to the fingertips and the base of the index finger. Exhale, 3. Inhale, look forward between your hands. Bend your knees, walk or hop forward. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, arms to the side, flat back, reach up. Exhale, hands to prayer. Inhale, reach and length. Exhale, fold forward, Uttanasana. Inhale, halfway up, spine long. Exhale, palms down. Inhale, step the left foot, right foot to plank. Exhale, forward on the toes, drop knees, low plank chaturanga. Inhale, draw the shoulders back, pelvis stays down for Bhujangasana, cobra. Exhale, sit back towards the heels. Hips come up and back, Adho Mukha Svanasana for 3 breaths. Inhale, soften through the neck. Exhale, 1. Inhale, heels reach down as hips lift up. Exhale, 2. Inhale, Hasta Bandha in the hands. Connect to your palms, push the floor away. Exhale, 3. Inhale, look forward between the hands. Step or bend the knees, hop forward. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, arms to the side, flat back and reach and extend. Exhale, hands through center. Inhale, reach the arms. Exhale, fold forward, hollow the belly, gaze turns towards navel. Inhale, halfway up, shoulders even with hips. Exhale, fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, step back with the right foot and left foot. Inhale and plank. Exhale, forward on the toes, either knees down or straight leg chaturanga, low plank. Inhale, cobra or Urdhva Mukha Svanasana, lift, just resting on the tops of the feet. Exhale, lift the hips up and back, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Upper arm bones are rotating out. Face stays soft and relaxed. Hip points continue to lift. Always coming back to collect our breath in down dog. On your next inhale, look forward between your hands. Step or bend the knees, hop forward. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, fold Uttanasana. Inhale, arms to the side, reach up. Exhale, hands to prayer. Inhale, reaching up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, spine long. Exhale, palms down. Inhale, step left, then right to plank. Inhale, fully in plank. Exhale, lower chaturanga. Inhale, press through the palms. Roll into upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Adho Mukha Svanasana. Feeling your whole body completely. Allowing your breath to settle. Keep the back of the neck long. You can have the gaze towards the navel or down kind of the tip of the nose. The gaze be soft and the body steady. On your next inhale, look forward. Walk or hop towards the feet. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, fold forward, Uttanasana. Inhale, arms to the side. Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, hands to prayer. Moving on to Surya Namaskar B. Step the feet fully together. Inhale, bend the knees, lift the arms, Utkatasana. Exhale, fold forward, Uttanasana. Inhale, spine long. Exhale, palms down. Step the right foot and left foot to plank. Lower down, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, right foot steps forward, back heel down. Warrior one, inhale, arms rise up, gaze lifts. Exhale, hands to the mat. Inhale to plank. Exhale, lower chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, left foot forward, back heel down. Inhale, arms rise up, warrior one. Exhale, palms down. Inhale, step to plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. We are here for 5 breaths. You can hold in down dog. You may hold in child's pose. Inhale. Exhale, 2. Inhale. Exhale, 3. Inhale. Exhale, 4. Inhale. Exhale, 5. On your next inhale, look forward between your hands. Step or hop the feet forward. Inhale, halfway up, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, fold Uttanasana. Inhale, bend the knees, reach the arms, Utkatasana, chair pose. Exhale, straighten the legs, hands to prayer. That was 1 round of Surya B. We're gonna do 2 more. Inhale, bend the knees, reach the arms, Utkatasana. Exhale, fold forward, head heavy. Inhale, halfway up, spine long. Exhale, palms down. Inhale, step to plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, right foot forward, back heel down. Inhale, arms rise up, warrior one. Exhale, palms down. Step to plank. Inhale and plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, left foot forward, back heel down. Inhale, warrior one. Exhale, palms down, step to plank. Inhale and plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Options here, hold for 5 breaths in down dog. You may always come to child's pose. Inhale. Exhale, 2. Inhale. Exhale, 3. Inhale. Exhale, 4. Inhale. Exhale, 5. On your next inhale, look forward, bend your knees, step or hop. Inhale, spine long, halfway. Exhale, fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, bend the knees, reach the arms, Utkatasana. Exhale, straighten the legs, hands to prayer. One more round, Surya Namaskar B. Inhale, reach the arms down, bend the knees, Utkatasana, chair pose. Exhale, fold forward, Uttanasana. Inhale, halfway up, spine long. Exhale, palms down, step the right foot, left foot to plank. Inhale and plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, right foot forward, back heel down. Inhale, warrior 1, Virabhadrasana 1. Exhale, palms down to plank. Inhale, plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, left foot forward, back heel down. Inhale, warrior 1. Exhale, palms down. Inhale, plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog for 5. Inhale. Exhale, 1. Inhale. Exhale, 2. Inhale. Exhale, 3. Inhale. Exhale, 4. Inhale. Exhale, 5. On your next inhale, look forward between your hands. Bend your knees. Step or hop forward. Inhale, spine long, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, fold Uttanasana. Inhale, bend the knees, reach the arms, Utkatasana. Exhale, straighten the legs, hands to prayer. Close the eyes here for a moment. Reconnect to your intention for your practice. Feeling the heat and prana moving in your body. Stand tall and well through the feet. And softly open the eyes. Inhale, bend the knees. Keep the knees bent, Utkatasana. Pause in your Utkatasana. See that the knees are not coming too far in front of the toes. Keep the chest lifted. Shift a little bit more weight back into the heels. Now sit a little bit deeper. A little bit deeper, sticking the booty out. Stick your booty out, reach forward, bend deeper. Bend so deep that you don't have any choice. Sit down. Draw the thighs in towards the chest. Navasana, boat pose. Take the shins parallel to the floor. Spread the toes. Smile a little bit here. And then inhale, keep the legs lifted, keep the shoulders lifted, come to Ardha Navasana. Exhale, Navasana. Inhale, extend out, keep the shoulders lifted. Exhale, hug it in. Last time, exhale, straighten. Come back up to boat pose. Smile a little bit here. And then cross the ankles. Press the feet down, plant the hands. Step to plank and lower. Jump back to chaturanga. Flow through the vinyasa. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Doing a little bit more into hips and core here. Inhale, rock forward to plank. Exhale, take right knee, tap right tricep. Inhale to plank. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, forward to plank. Exhale, left knee to left tricep. Inhale, plank. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale to plank. Exhale, right knee, right tricep. Inhale, plank. Exhale, back. Inhale, forward to plank. Exhale, left knee, left tricep. Inhale, plank. Exhale, down dog. Inhale to plank. Exhale, right knee, right tricep. Inhale to plank. Exhale, down dog. We're just going to do this the rest of the class. Inhale, forward to plank. Exhale, knee to tricep. Inhale, plank. Exhale, downward facing dog. Just kidding. That was your last one. It's best if I don't limit myself though. Maybe that'll be September's class. Just a whole bunch of that movement. Inhale, right leg rises. Exhale, right foot forward, back heel down. Inhale, warrior two, left arm up and over. As you come into warrior two, adjust your hips, keeping them evenly stacked. Flip around the opposite way. So notice if your left hip is coming up, tuck it under, try to keep your hip points level, gazes over the middle of your right palm. Inhale, Virabhadrasana 2. And then exhale, right arm rises, left hand comes back for reverse warrior, Viparita Virabhadrasana. Gaze lifts up, and then come back to warrior 2 on an inhale. Exhale, right forearm, right thigh. Inhale, Parsvakonasana, side angle. Inhale, back to warrior 2. Exhale, reverse your warrior. Inhale, warrior 2. Exhale, arm slices forward, side angle pose. Inhale, warrior 2. Exhale, reverse. Inhale, warrior 2. Exhale, side angle. And then from your side angle pose, I want you to reach the left hand, come down to the inside of the right toes, and lift the back heel. And we're going to stay here either on hands, or you can begin to walk the right foot more out to the outer side of your mat. Maybe drop the right knee down if that's more comfortable for you. We're going to come to Astavakrasana or lizard lunge. So keep hugging that right knee in towards the midline. Come this way. So you don't want the knee to fall out. Keep pressing down through the base of the right big toe. And then you can stay here or come to forearms. Getting into our hips. It's one of the things where we need some openness and some mobility for our Astavakrasana. Okay, so you can keep that back knee lifted. You may come down to forearms. But that right foot's a little bit wider. Good, take one more breath here. And then from there, back onto your hands. Take a large right step back. Your choice. Flow through the vinyasa. Come to down dog or child's pose. Should always probably offer those in reverse order, but who remembers that? On an inhale, same thing, second side. Inhale, left leg rises. Exhale, left foot forward, back heel down. Inhale, right arm up and over. Virabhadrasana 2. Okay, so left toes are pointing forward. Again, notice if the right hip is popping up. Chuck it down so that hip points are level with each other. Inhale, wing spread goes wide, gazes over the middle of the left palm. Put a little bit more weight into the pinky edge side of your right foot. Inhale, warrior 2. Exhale, reverse warrior. Left arm rises, gaze lifts. Inhale, warrior 2. Exhale, left forearm, left thigh. Parsvakonasana, side angle pose. Inhale, warrior 2. Exhale, reverse. Inhale, warrior 2. Exhale, side angle. Inhale to warrior 2. Exhale, reverse. Inhale, warrior 2. Exhale, side angle, Parsvakonasana. Exhale, right arm drops to the inside of the left leg. Let the right heel lift. Step the left foot more to the outside edge of the mat. You can stay here on fingertips. I want you to keep grounding down through the left big toe. Keep hugging the left knee in. You can stay here on hands. You may drop down to forearms for Astavakrasana, lizard lunge. Breathing deeply here. Nice hip opening. So we're coming to Astavakrasana, it's hips, it's twists, and it's arm balances. So we have to be strong through the core, open through the legs and the hips, and have a strong foundation in the palms. Slowly walking back up to the hands. Your choice, child's pose, down dog, or take the vinyasa. Chaturanga, upward dog, down dog. We all meet in downward facing dog, please. Good. From down dog, inhale, lift the right leg up behind you. Bend the right knee. Come into a little bit of a twist. Stay even through the hands and the shoulders. And then take a large right step forward between the hands. Turn and ground the back heel. Coming back to warrior two, inhale, up and over. Warrior two. Reverse your warrior again. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, side angle and pause. From your side angle, stay here or reach the left arm behind you and let the left hand reach around to grab either the thigh or the hip. Good. Now stay here or maybe reach and drop the right shoulder to the inside of the right knee. Left hand will reach through. Maybe grab hold of the left fingertips. Shift the gaze up if your balance feels steady. Take a full breath here, opening up through the shoulders. Now turn your gaze down towards your right big toe. If you can, tiny little steps all the way forward to the top edge of your mat. So you're in a standing bound forward fold, still twisting and opening through the shoulder. Okay. From here, if you're in the bind still, slowly release. And then bend your knees enough that you can step the backs, your toes, all the way up to the crease of your wrist. Pada Hastasana. One of a good wrist release here. So your knees may be bent, straighten the legs as much as feels comfortable, but this is really a chance to kind of release into the wrists a little bit, as well as get a little bit of extra leverage into your forward fold, Pada Hastasana. From there, slowly release your hands from underneath your feet. Inhale, halfway up, and exhale, step back, downward facing dog. And from downward facing dog, inhale, lift the left leg up. Exhale, left hip opens up. Keep even weight through the hands. And exhale, take a large left step forward between the hands, turn and ground the back heel. Inhale, right arm up and back. Coming to warrior two. Inhale, reverse the warrior, left arm rises, right hand, back of your leg. Inhale, warrior two. Exhale, left forearm, left thigh, side angle. Pause in Astavakrasana. Stay here or reach the right hand behind you, grabbing hold of the hip. Gaze lifts up past the right shoulder. So we want to try to open the chest. We don't want the right shoulder to be dropping down. Keep drawing the head of the right arm bone back. And from here, you may stay here or begin to drop the left shoulder to the inside of the left thigh. Left hand reaches under and back, maybe grabbing hold of the right wrist or the right fingertips. Baddha Parshvakonasana or bound side angle pose. One more inhale here. Exhale, turn your gaze down towards your left big toe. Slowly, small steps, all the way forward. Try to take the toes even with each other. Any amount. Straighten through the right leg. Stay in the bind. Open the chest a little bit more. Legs are squeezing towards one another. And think to yourself that this is a little bit of the shape of Astavakrasana, just in a different orientation and space. Okay? Twisting motion in the torso, openness through the legs. Slowly release. Bend your knees one more time. Pada Hastasana. Toes all the way to the crease of your wrist. Crown of the head heavy. Deep breaths here. Again, a little bit of a wrist release. You can press the backs of your hand down into the mat. Intensify the stretch, straighten the legs any amount. One more inhalation. Exhale, slowly release the hands from the feet. Inhale, step to plank. And then exhale, drop the knees down wide to the outside edges of your mat. Sit back towards the heels for a wide-legged child's pose. Collect the breath. Notice sensations in your body. Good. And from here, begin to walk your hands back up. So you're sitting on your heels. And I want you to shift your hips to the side, extend the legs out. So you come to Dandasana, to staff pose. And as I've talked about in a couple of classes ago, the interesting thing to me about Astavakrasana as an arm balance is that you traditionally enter it into the arm balances where you're lifting up here as the first step. So if you have blocks, they can be handy to practice with, because when you place your hands on blocks, you have a lot more opportunity to lift up, and it can sometimes be higher. Not necessary, but maybe easier. So if you have them, it's a good time to practice with them. But from Dandasana, I don't want you to plant your hands right by the hips, but take them a little bit forward. Reconnect to Hasta Bandha. Really ground down through the base of the index finger. Draw the shoulders back and down so they're firmed up. Belly draws in and up towards the back of the spine. And from there, press through the palms, low belly in. Just focus on lifting up your seat, okay? Maybe your legs will begin to lift too. That is not where I am right now, but you might find that you can hover the feet too. Lift the hips, and then exhale, sit down, okay? From there, keep the left leg extended and pick the right foot up. I'm gonna turn to face you here, all black. So holding onto your right foot with both hands, begin just to draw the knee up towards the armpit. Just find a little bit of, I don't know, what am I, kind of like you're stirring the pot, just getting a little bit of mobility into the hip. And then from there, let your right hand drop down. And again, you're gonna backpack the upper arm, and holding on to your right foot with the left hand, plant the right fingertips down firmly, okay? So your right foot squeezing onto the upper arm, and plant, look down at your hands, see that the hands are in an even line with one another. Now your shoulders may get wonky here. Try to keep even engagement in the shoulders, keep the left elbow hugging in, maybe lift up, spread through the toes, and then set it down, okay? That pose is Eka Pada Bhujasana, or one-footed elephant trunk pose, okay? Extend both legs out. Pause for a moment in Dandasana, in staff pose. And then bend the left knee. Hug it in towards the chest. Grab hold of the foot with both hands. And again, just find a little bit of that stir in the pot with the heel. Get a little mobility into the joints. Draw the knee as close back to the armpit as feels good. And then from there, right hand grabs onto the pinky edge side of the foot. And then with that, take the left leg as close up to the left shoulder as you can. And as you place your left hand down on your mat, you want it to be kind of just, mine's really, it's behind my right knee, but it's almost towards the middle of my thigh. So if it's too close to your hips, you're not going to be able to come up. With the legs tightly squeezing the arm, plant your right hand in line with your left hand. Draw the right shoulder back and down. Keep the elbow squeezing in. And if you start to get a little slippery, reassert, lift up, breathe, and set it down. Good. Okay, slowly release. From here, cross the ankles, step through your vinyasa, or just meet in downward facing dog. You can jump to plank, chaturanga, up dog, down dog. So that's a little bit of prep towards Astavakrasana. Okay. From here, inhale, take a large right step forward between your hands, turn and ground the back heel. Inhale, warrior one. How you would put this into a flow. Exhale, fingertips behind you. Inhale, lift the chest, knuckles reach down. Exhale, fold forward to the inside of the right leg. Crown of the head heavy for humble warrior. Good. From here, keep the crown of the head low, release the fingertips, and then lift the back heel. From here, walk your right hand behind your right leg. And you can see here that your right knee is kind of prepped for that same position for Bhujasana, Eka Pada Bhujasana. So press down into the palms, squeeze the leg, maybe lift the right foot and through. Okay, if that happens, awesome. You might find yourself coming back seated. Come into Eka Bhujasana again, okay? So seated, plant your hands, and this time, lift the foot, cross the ankle, okay? And set it down, okay? If you have questions at this point, I know it's a lot, but you can unmute yourself. I hope that you're having fun with this, maybe. Cross the ankles, plant the palms, step or jump, take the vinyasa. And then same thing, second side, trying to go from humble warrior to Eka Pada Bhujasana. Inhale, left leg rises. Exhale, left foot forward, back heel down. Inhale, warrior one. Exhale, release the palms behind you. Inhale, lift the chest, knuckles down towards the thigh. Exhale, fold forward to the inside of the left leg. Humble warrior, stretching through the shoulders. Release the hands, keep the head low. Lift the right heel and walk the left hand behind the left calf. Establish the connection of the left leg squeezing the upper arm. And then from there, lift the right leg through, come to Eka Bhujasana, maybe sit down. Okay. There are, as you establish more strength and fluidity, you can go straight from that lift into Astavakrasana, but I wanted to show how you could begin to work that into your flows. Okay. Pause for a moment here. Extend the legs out. Hug the right knee in towards the chest. We're gonna do one more seated twist before we just go straight into Astavakrasana, okay? So left leg extended, right knee in towards the chest. Inhale, left arm rises. Exhale, turn towards the right knee. Hug the knee in towards your chest. Plant the right hand behind you. Gazes over the right shoulder. Marichyasana C. Good. And you can stay here or maybe take the left elbow to the outside. Don't let your left leg fall out of the posture, but try to keep some nice energy through those left toes. One more inhalation here. And then exhale, come back to center. Good. Extend the right leg out. Left knee comes in. Inhale, right arm rises. Exhale, twisting to the left. Drop the left hand behind you. Don't let the energy fall out of the right toes. Good. One more breath in the seated twist. And then exhale, release. Okay. So, Astavakrasana, we're doing the hardest posture at the end of class. So basically, you're going to be moving. I'm going to face towards you this way. Again, if you have blocks, you may want to continue working the arm balance on blocks. You'll have just a little bit more mobility to move around. And if you don't have them, it's okay. I think I learned this posture initially myself without them. But the ease with which you come into it is going to depend a little bit on your proportions of your torso to your arms, because all of us are proportioned a little differently. So just bear that in mind, that your experience with or without blocks will be different from the other people that you practice with, okay? So we're gonna start from Eka Pada Bhujasana, elephant trunk pose. So starting with your right foot, your left leg is extended, okay? So up there, your leg has got to squeeze onto the arm, otherwise it is just gonna fly off. Firmly establish the plan of your hands. Nice broad spread through the fingers. Check to see that your fingertips are in line with each other. And check out your left arm now. If it is hanging out the side, it's going to be so much harder for you to keep good integrity with your shoulders. So keep the left shoulder hugging in towards your ribs. Imagine that it's kind of like buckled down there, just like you were doing a chaturanga. So don't let it come out to the side, keep it in. From there, you've got to lean forward. Belly draws in, begin to lift up, cross the left ankle on top of the right, okay? You can see my shoulders are all out of whack here. From here, you've got to begin to lean forward like chaturanga, squeeze the legs against the arms, and then extend out, okay? Keep that opposite elbow hugging in, squeeze the arm, and then come on back, okay? Questions about that? Nothing. Okay, so keys to the posture. Place your hands not too close to the hips, otherwise there's no space for you to move forward. Elbow has to stay in, and you have got to squeeze your legs around your upper arm, otherwise it is not going to come together. So let's try that on the second side. Right leg extends, hug the left knee in towards the chest. Pick up the left foot, reach the left arm under, begin to backpack and squeeze the left arm with the left leg, okay? Begin to place your hands, so not too close to the hips, about middle of the thighs, but behind the knee. Check to see that the fingers are in line with each other. Glue the right elbow in towards your side. Lean forward, press through the palms to lift the hips, cross the right ankle on top of the left. Now think chaturanga arms, lean the chest forward and extend the legs out, okay? Squeeze the legs with the upper arm. Good. That right elbow is free, but it's hugged to your side body. Take one more breath and then slowly come back, okay? The thing that I will say in a minute, shake out your wrists a little bit. Mine are a little bit, it can be a lot. It can be a lot on the wrists, as we talked about before, okay? So from here, take the legs forward, reach the arms up. Just think about evening everything out, and exhale, Paschimottanasana, seated forward fold. Taking any variation with the hands that you like. And as you come to the forward fold, I'm just gonna philosophize at you for a moment about arm balances in general. And this can go for any yoga posture, actually. For some people, arm balances can be really fun and enjoyable and challenging, and they love that part of it. And for other people, they find them to be scary or intimidating and a pain in the hands, among other things. There is nothing inherently more valuable about arm balances than any other posture in yoga. Inhale, slowly come back up, shifting onto your back for bridge pose. Come to lay fully flat on your back. Take the heels in towards the hips. Keeping the neck in line with the spine. Inhale, lift the hips, tuck the shoulder blades underneath each other to come into bridge pose and maintain this. To me, the more interesting thing about an arm balance is that they demand a little bit more output and attention, and it's easier to locate the ways that you need to integrate in an arm balance in order to execute it. Really, it can take just as much work right now to integrate and execute your bridge pose, but the stakes aren't as high. In most bodies, I will say that's true to my own experience. From your bridge pose, slowly release the fingers if they're interlaced. Let the heart come down first, and drop one knee at a time to windshield wiper. The point of doing any of the asanas, none of us are really doing them so that we can run away and join Cirque du Soleil. It's just the postures and the poses are just a way for us to drop into our own embodied experiences and find a pause for maybe becoming more present mentally. One more round, either bridge pose, or if you would like to come to Urdhva Dhanurasana, place the fingertips alongside the head. On an inhale, press through the palms, press through the feet. So either back bend that you choose, moving with integration, moving with steadiness. Keep even weight through the palms. See if you can find even work in the feet. And then slowly, heart comes down first. And this time, again, come to Supta Baddha Konasana. So heels in towards the groin, knees open to the side. Just allow your hips to open out. Tuck the shoulder blades underneath you. You can rest the hands onto the ribs. You may rest them on the inner part of the thighs. Or you may take the hands out to the side, palm face up. Just beginning to allow yourself to unwind for a few breaths here. As we are coming towards the close of our practice, those of you who would prefer to stay just as you are for Shavasana, make any adjustments that you might need to make yourself supremely comfortable. If you would prefer to close your practice today in a more traditional Shavasana, you may extend the legs out, but try to keep the energy and the movement soft and smooth. Wherever you choose to be, take a deep breath in through the nose. And as you exhale, allow yourself to release through the mouth. Draw your awareness towards your feet. On a deep inhale, allow them to feel heavy. On an exhale, allow them to begin to drop deeper into their points of contact with the floor. On your next inhale, awareness into the pelvis. On an exhale, allow it to drop down, sinking and grounding. Take your awareness towards your belly. And notice if you're holding any tension there. On an exhale, allow yourself to soften there completely. On an inhale, slowly tighten and engage your shoulders wherever they are resting. And as you exhale, allow them to melt and to drop, softening and relaxing. Feel the skull heavy. Allow the muscles in the face to tighten on an inhale, scrunching up the face. And on an exhale, soften, relax, completely. Feel your whole body, your whole being, soft and relaxed, just as you are. Slowly allow your breath to deepen. And let small movement begin to follow as you stretch through the fingers and through the toes. As you take the ankles and the wrists in small circles, you can turn the head gently side to side. And your next inhale, extend the arms overhead. Take a full body stretch. As you exhale, roll onto your side. And with eyes closed, help yourself back up towards a seated position. And finding a nice tall spine. Draw your hands together in front of your heart and rub the hands together, creating a little bit of friction, a little bit of heat. And then invite some stillness into the palms, press them evenly towards one another, and make a contact with the center of your chest. Invite, if you'd like to end our practice this morning with one Om. Inhale for Om. With a bow of your head towards your fingertips, pausing for gratitude for yourself and for your yoga practice and for those you practiced with today. Namaste. Thank you always for being here. Again, if you have questions about anything or you have requests for next month or coming months, feel free to reach out to me. But it's great to see you, and I hope to see you back next Thursday. Bye, guys.